just say OP looked that good.
Completely went for the jugular with this one.
Thanks for tuning in to Honey Hearts. I'm Sandra.
And I'm V.
Let's get into today's story. Have you guys heard of the expectation for guests to not wear white to a wedding? And have you heard that if you did, someone might try to spill a little red wine on your outfit? Well, today's story, there's a situation in which the bride feels as if OP upstaged her at her wedding. But OP did not wear a white dress. What did she wear?
Oh.
Today's story is from subreddit Am I the A-ho? Am I the A-ho for upstaging the bride with an outfit that was approved prior to the wedding? It was my first Western wedding, so I was careful about avoiding any culture gaffe. I'm friends with the groom and asked him for the dress code. It was dressing up to our nines in neutrals and pastels. I have this lovely saree that fit the bill. I sent him a picture and he said it's perfect. 5 months before the wedding, I met the bride with many of the groom's friends at a bar. I showed her pictures of the saree to ask if it was appropriate. I also told her I'd be happy to buy a new outfit if it wasn't. So whatever she says will go. She said it was delightful and she'd be glad to have some culture added to her wedding pictures. LOL. I know, right? The day arrived. Friends stayed in the back for the ceremony, so there weren't many eyes on me. For the reception, the bride changed into a gown that could be best described as grayish white. It was the same fabric as my outfit. The majority and outer layer of her gown was still white. Embroidery was the same color as my saree, and underneath fabric had a hint of the same gray as mine, thus making it grayish. The groom, his mother, and our friends complimented me for how nice I looked. The groom's mother especially loved it as she kept coming up to me to compliment me more. She's half Indian and was brought up in the country. She too had worn a saree for the special day, and seeing someone else in it seemed to be sentimental for her. The bride and her bridesmaids, though, were a different ballgame. The bride gave me the stink eye, a bridesmaid tried to spill her drink on me, another commented if my outfit was going to turn out white in the pictures. When we showed up to get group pictures done, I thoughtlessly ended up standing next to the couple. The bride made moves so that I ended up at the very corner by the time the photographer started clicking. As we stood in a group for the bouquet throwing thingy, the maid of honor asked me if I'm going to try and catch it like I haven't gotten enough attention for the day. On our way back, I asked my friends if my behavior or outfit was inappropriate. They didn't think anything of it. Am I the a-ho?
First impressions? I guess, okay, a few questions, right? So it seems like OP wore a saree, kind of white, grayish.
Grayish white.
Grayish white, but it was approved by the bride beforehand.
And groom.
So the bride knew, and I guess not sure if it's specified there, but was the celebration was it a kind of multicultural as well? Because I guess on the groom side, there was some Indian heritage mentioned.
It is mentioned that the groom's mom is half Indian and was brought up in the country. So I'm assuming the groom's mother was brought up in India, as she wore a saree to the wedding too. It was specified to be a Western wedding.
Okay. I'm the only scenario I can think of where it would justify the bride's anger despite approving the outfit is if, I don't know, if in the photos maybe it looked more gray somehow. But that's so unlikely since, bride and groom saw it. So I don't know where this kind of anger, this meanness is coming from on the day. Is it because, I don't know, this is going to sound silly. Did OP just look that good?
Maybe. We don't know. But her outfit definitely got compliments.
I'm just imagining OP's experience during the wedding day, just dodging the attempts of the bridesmaids to pour red wine, dodging the looks from the bride, getting pushed aside in the photos. It just sounds like a One of those like wedding rom-com movies gone wrong.
Right. I know people joke about the red wine spilling thing. If
Yeah.
you wear white as a guest to the wedding, like someone might try to spill red wine onto your outfit. But I'm not too sure how serious the bridesmaids were about it. As a guest, though, I wouldn't feel very welcomed, even though I was invited to attend. I would question, like, what did I do wrong when the couple, they approved of my outfit? Honestly, on your wedding day, do you really notice people complimenting each other's outfits? As a bride, like, my focus would be on me, the groom, the photographer, the food.
I'm imagining, okay, it seems like, assuming, regular size wedding usually has quite a few number of people, maybe assume there's even like 80 or 100 people, to even notice the OP, who isn't a bridesmaid, by the way, and just happens to be wearing a sari, is standing out anyway or feeling the need to make comments. I mean, I'm wondering if because of the groom's mom's actions of her repeatedly coming up, like, is that what drew the criticism in the beginning? Like, that's what I wonder.
Just say OP looked that good. Wouldn't you kind of be proud to have a guest that looked that good? I would be. I'm like, yeah, that's my friend.
Yeah, and I think OP adhered to the guidelines, dress to the nine, get fancy, look your best, and the outfit was approved. So in my book, I feel like OP did everything she was supposed to do.
She said it was delightful and she'd be glad to have some culture added to her wedding pictures. This was not a surprise. It was notified in advance.
I feel like someone must have said something to the bride in between, something that maybe OP doesn't know about, for her to have this strong of a reaction. I mean, enough for it to go beyond mean looks and for someone to actually purposely try to spill things on her. Someone must have said something. I'm convinced.
Maybe. This is just maybe. What if it was the groom? Because OP is a friend of the groom, right? A female friend of the groom. What if the groom made like a side comment like, hey, she looks really nice today? That's the only thing I can really think of that might have set off the alarms to the bride. Because other than that, how would you know? Like, how would you have the time to notice these things?
Like, and to change your mind about it, I feel like something definitely happened in between to cause this severe of a reaction from the bride. I don't think OP's at fault in this case. I think, unfortunately, something happened between that OP might have knowledge about, and so now OP is kind of bearing the brunt.
We do have some comments which OP has replied to, but before we get to the comments, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube, Honey Hearts Podcast. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. So some comments that OP has replied to. Not the a-ho. I mean, that sari is like the most basic and unoutstanding a sari can get. It almost looks like a widow sari. It's still very pretty, don't get me wrong, but in no way eye-catching. And this is in reply to OP's picture of the sari. OP attached a link with some photos of the sari that they wore.
Oh, can I see? I want to see.
Ooh.
Is it still attached? I'd love to see it.
Yes. So here we go.
Oh, if you guys are on watching this on YouTube, we'll pop a photo of it.
And for those listening, it looks like a grayish white sari, almost like a baby blue. There is no particular like embellishments that I can see, just mostly organza. Like there's no bling bling, there's no like lace or anything.
Okay, after seeing the sari, just a quick thing before we continue with the comments. I am solidly with OP on this. I mean, the dress as itself, as a sari, I think that looks so pretty. I can only imagine kind of any guest wearing it to a wedding. I think it's really pretty. I think if the bride felt uncomfortable, even on the day, if she felt uncomfortable in any way, because sometimes colors may be photographed differently, I feel like it is definitely overreaction to be kind of giving her the stink eye and doing all these mean girl acts. You could just pull her aside and just say, hey, I know I approved your outfit, but for the photos, it might appear white. Like, do you mind maybe stepping to the side for the photos or maybe being at the end? Just saying something like that, I feel like would diffuse the situation completely rather than blowing it up into this whole, I don't know, this budding cat fight.
It's a little strange to me because I agree with the commenter. It is in no way eye-catching. I would say it's a solid fabric. in like, the title is Dove Gray. So if you can imagine, it's grayish white, tinyish bit blue. And I know some very, very light blue can come off as white in photos, but I wouldn't say this is one of those shades that can really, really come off as white. And moving on to OP's reply to the comment, of course, that's how it would get described at an Indian wedding. It's barely casual brunch, sorry, lol. And the same commenter replies, yes, I mean, my relatives wear more flashy and colorful saris at home. And I would agree. Recently, my husband attended an Indian wedding in India, and all the guest outfits were way more embellished than this photo that OP has provided. Another commenter says, how on earth is she even surprised? She saw the pictures, she approved the dress beforehand, and now all of a sudden she's upset with your outfit? Not the a-hole. You asked her and she approved the outfit. She should have spoken up when you asked for even a couple of days later would be okay too. But not giving you the stink eye on the big day itself after having approved and known of the dress. And OP replies, not gonna lie, I would have worn something else even if she had said something the morning of. We drove to the wedding to a neighboring city, so I had all of my and my friend's wardrobe at disposal.
OP seems really considerate. I mean, especially changing your outfit the day of. That's a big, willingness to do something about it, to soothe or alleviate any concerns with the bride. I just feel like the bride just completely went for the jugular with this one. Like there were steps that could have been done just to diffuse the situation, make everyone happier. I mean, even on the bride's side, do you really want to be this angry and stressed about someone else on your wedding day? It seems like a disservice to yourself, your relationship, your whole ceremony. I'm convinced OP just looked that good. I'm convinced. I don't know. That maybe I was jealous or someone said anything. I'm convinced. I don't know.
From the picture of the outfit, there's just no way that you can look at it and think, yeah, they're trying to upstage me. Redditors vote, not the a-hole.
Yay!
Agreed. If the bride had brought it up as an issue the morning of, OP was willing to change her outfit. There was no malicious intent. So I don't think OP can be the a-hole.
I agree with that. I think at the end of the day, especially in this case, intention means everything, and it definitely wasn't OP's intention. And I think through her actions, you could see that.
Well, what do you guys think about OP's situation? Do you think that you can understand where the bride is coming from? Do you think that you can look at this outfit and think, hey, maybe this was not appropriate for a Western wedding? Or do you think that there was no malicious intent? Do you agree that OP was not in the wrong?
Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends if you want to get their thoughts on the story, and hit the bell for notifications. Thanks, guys.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Did we ask for 5-star ratings?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, that's fine.